Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of 911 on Fox Season 4, Episode 13. If you were new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, you're one of my peoples, welcome back. I want to say this. This episode wasn't as traumatizing as 911 can be. Because y'all know they'll throw in a doggone mudslide. Then out of nowhere, a volcano will pop up out of nowhere. As doggone it, there's a festival going on at the bottom of the doggone cliff. That's how they be going. So it wasn't like that. It was some emotional scenes, and I was like, no, we need to get this together. This not the way we going. But we start off the episode with a bridesmaid getting polygraphed by a bridezilla because she needs to know who has been leaking information to her wedding. Only the wedding party and the wedding planner know what's going on. Yes, bridesmaid, friend of mine, possibly my sister. I know you need to get your hair and makeup together, but I need to know if you were responsible for leaking this information. She doing a lot. She being on full bridezilla. The polygraph machine wasn't working, so she got to use another plug. Now there is way too many plugs and cords going on in this room because we got steamers for the dress, we got curling iron, we got the lights for the makeup. It's too much electricity going on, and she decides to plug it in a surge protector that had too much going on and messed around and electrocuted herself. Then caught the room on fire because she needs to plug some things up. I'm like, ma'am, I need you to calm down. I need you to relax, relate, and release because you're doing too much. But she said she's not going to let a little thing about electrocution and a whole missing eyebrow stop her from walking down the aisle. It's like, ma'am, no, you need to go to the emergency room to make sure that your heart ain't messed up. You was electrocuted. Yeah, you up walking and talking right now, but you need to go to the hospital. She's like, no, I'm fine. No, you not. And as far as your dress, it is no longer white. It is black. It is burnt. It is no more. Yeah. Well, it turns out that her mama is the one who was leaking information. She's like, I know we spoiled you, but dang, you have been the bridezilla from all of the hells. Okay. Yes, I did it, and I do it again. She's like, you're out of my wedding. She was like, okay. She's like, well, I'm paying for the wedding. Well, the check has cleared. You are not in my wedding. I was just being raggedy towards your mama. I was like, I am so glad. I guess I was never that person that I needed everything to be exact. My wedding had to be perfect. Like I've told y'all before, and if y'all knew, I've said this before. Me and my husband, we was going to go down there to the Justice of the Peace and get married. That's how it was going to go until his mama, Lord rest her soul, and his cousin got wind of this. And the next thing you know, my mom and my cousin, they want to do the wedding for us. I just had to get me a dress and show up. Found my dress at Dillard's for like $97. And mind you, I was just going to get a regular old white dress and call it a day. Somehow found a wedding dress at Dillard's. That was my size. Spent less than $100 on it. Yeah. My husband's cousin and his mom, they decorated and did everything. I just had to show up and walk down the aisle. I'm a different type of person. Now, that we've been in here for almost 7 years. I was like, maybe our 10th anniversary, we'll do it a little bit bigger. But that first time, I was not caring at all. It's not that I didn't care about getting married. It's just that I wasn't trying to have doggone 16 bridesmaids and 16 groomsmen and, renting out a ball and a hall and all those other. I was not interested in that. And I was never interested in being a bridezilla. That just wasn't for me. Y'all, I was kind of worried that my fro wasn't going to be throwing like I wanted to. Because in the mirror, it didn't look right. But as I'm looking at my viewfinder, my fro was frozen, and I'm appreciating that. But back to the doggone review. His mama, she been she don't seem like her normal self. He didn't know something wrong with her, but mom was like, you in med school, you think something wrong with everybody. And I was like, that could be it. But she out at the farmer's market, trying to get her some fresh fruits and vegetables. And she passes out. She at the hospital talking about something, I'm fine. I was like, no, ma'am, you are not fine. You passed out. You knocked over a stand. Well, I don't know if it knocked. You fell into a stand of fruits and vegetables. You were not fine, ma'am. And I did not appreciate the fact that the doctor wasn't really paying attention to what Henrietta was saying. If he just might need to lose weight, he didn't do any of the extra, tests that Henrietta would have liked him to have done. And how can I say this? There is some people, well, not some, there's groups of people who don't get the care that they need in the emergency room because the doctors either don't know or don't care. They think they know everything and not listen to you, not listen to you or what you're saying about how your body is going. I'm trying to be PC for YouTube. So Henrietta, she sat down the doctor a lot, and I was like, I was doing the same thing, Henrietta. I was doing the same thing. Now, we get a call from this young man because his mama has fell through the balcony. Like, she is halfway through the balcony. And I was like, I understand the feeling, because when me and my husband, we lived in these apartments, we were on the second floor. And we had a balcony. And I hated getting on the balcony, but I had to because the laundry room was out on the balcony in this little closet thing, which annoyed me to no end. So I was like, it's raining, but I need to wash clothes. So therefore, I need to go out on this balcony. We went from we moved like 3 different times in the same apartment complex. Before I moved here, my husband, side note, let's go here, living in a 1-bedroom apartment. I wanted something bigger. In the first 1-bedroom apartment, the laundry room was in the inside right next to the kitchen. When we moved to a 2-bedroom, they turned what was the laundry room in the 1-bedroom, they turned that into a pantry. They basically just took out there was no longer hookup for washer dryer, and they put like a few shelves. Bam, you have a pantry. But the laundry room was out on the balcony, and I'm like, I really, really, really do not like this whatsoever, but hey, I need to do laundry. Back to the program at hand. The firefighters get there, and her son, you can tell something wrong with him. He's sickly. He got that the sunken in eye look, dark circles around his eye. He looking sickly. She doesn't want to leave him because she says that he has an autoimmune disease. She just autoimmune disease. She doesn't specify what that is, just autoimmune. He can't go to the hospital. I don't want to leave him here. So Eddie decides to volunteer, hey, I'll stay here with him. She's like, I got a son around his age. It's fine. It's cool. So, Eddie stays there with the young man, and the young man's like, yeah, I go to different doctors all the time, and I'm sick. And I automatically, you go into a lot of different doctors all the time. This is a case of Munchausen syndrome by proxy. If y'all don't know what that is, Munchausen syndrome is when somebody makes themselves sick or acts like they're sick to get attention. Munchausen syndrome by proxy is when someone, a caretaker, parent, what have you, makes someone, is usually a child, make them sick for attention, money, or a little bit of both. There was a case a few years ago with Gypsy Rose and her boyfriend conspired to kill her mama because the mom had been lying since Gypsy Rose was a child, saying that she had leukemia. I think she had leukemia. She had a feeding tube. She had multiple surgeries. She had some mental delays, a whole lot of stuff. And Gypsy had none of those things. The only thing she had was a lazy eye. After years of abuse from the mama, Gypsy Rose snuck and got a boyfriend, and she just happened to find the one man who wasn't all the way stable, and they conspired to take her mama out. That's what Munchausen. Well, that's not what happens with Munchausen syndrome by proxy. I'm just showing you another case of Munchausen syndrome by proxy. Now, I forget what her name is on the show, but her first name, but Miss Flores. She says that she wanted to, donate some money, and she was going to put it on a school flyer, and hopefully other people will donate to the mama, and the son did not catch their name. That's my fault. I am notoriously bad at that, and notoriously bad at giving people random names. That's me. She said she got to snooping, and things not adding up. There was different GoFundMes, but it was different. Their pictures, different names, different states, different cities. And she's like, this seems odd. And Coco, what is her name on the show? Coco Brown. I do not know her name on the show. Apologize again. She was like, okay, what did she say is wrong with the little boy? She said autoimmune, and she's like, that's very general. That could be anything, autoimmune. And they scroll, and then they going through the GoFundMes have been taken down, but the comments are still up. This lady, she is a fraud. She doing this to her son. She ain't about to write, like, all these messages. Now the son had already said, my mom, she doesn't work. We get supported by GoFundMe. I go see all these different doctors. Well, I guess Eddie had given the little boy his number, and I guess Christopher wanted to be friends with him. It's like, I'm going to give him some of my old toys. He doesn't get to go to school. He doesn't get, ooh, that did not come out right. He doesn't get to do a lot of things. Well, Eddie gets a call from this young man saying, I need y'all to get here quick. My mama, she is poisoned. I guess he knew that his mama, or I don't know how long he's known, but he's like, she be putting these drops in my food, and it makes me sick. I wanted to see what would happen if I would put this in her food. And he put some eye drops in her food, and now she laying on the floor, twisting and turning and doing all of the things. Yeah. Back to Henrietta and her mama. Him, since she was like, this doctor, he was not paying attention to anything I had to say, was not listening. Her and her classmates decided to get their house on. We go, okay, what are her symptoms? Could it be lupus? Could it be Huntington's disease? Could it be this? Could it be that? House was my show. I'm telling y'all. That was my show, and I'm mad at this going off. But back here, okay, she had this going on. Henrietta's mom was sitting there like, okay, I do have a name. She stands up and falls out. They check her vitals. Okay, she got something going on her belly button. She had an aneurysm, I believe, in her abdomen. In her stomach area. I am not fit to butcher this word. Yeah, abdomen. Yeah, abdomen. And she needed to be rushed to surgery. And he let the doctor know, he's like, yeah, I wish that I got this attention, the last time I was here, because you just basically, your mama's fine, she can go home. He was like, well, I'm glad we called it. He's like, no, ain't no we called it. Me and my classmates called it. I'm just letting you know, you need to listen to people when they tell them what is wrong with them. Because if you don't listen, you misdiagnose, and then somebody can be in the arms of the angel. Okay? Listen. I'm thinking that Maddie may have postpartum depression. New baby, sleep deprived. She's having this feeling of the baby, Jin Young. I think that's her name. We're going to say the baby. Little baby, cute little baby. She's, not taking to her like she would want her to. Like, Chimney come home, baby, she calm. Maddie there, baby crying. She going through some type of postpartum depression, and hopefully, she and Chimney can, get her some help that she needs. Athena and Bobby, they going through it. Like, he acting strange, he moving strange. His shirt smell like it has some alcohol on it. she get to following him around. He is sponsoring the lady who was responsible for that, who was drunk driving and responsible for that crash. Like, she needs somebody to talk to. It's like, I understand, because that very well could have been me. I was responsible for my parents, for my family no longer being here. Like, you don't tell me this, I don't tell you that, and maybe we don't need to be, it ain't no maybe we don't need to be here. Y'all need to sit down and talk to each other. Y'all not fit to break up. That's not what we about to do. Okay? Lastly, as they taking, I like to, spike my son's food with eye drops. As they taking her away, Eddie is shot. What I tell you, it came out of nowhere, didn't know what was happening, was so confused. I'm like, hold up, no, this is not what we gonna do. And Buck is sitting there seeing all this. They doggone somebody, dodges and gets Buck out of the way, and he has to sit there and look at Eddie as he's bleeding out. Now, what we not gonna do is take Eddie out. We not gonna do this. We seen Eddie looking at he was looking at Buck, not Bobby. Looking like I'm about to be in the arms of the angel, bruh. Eyes closed, goes limp. We not finna make Christopher lose another parent. This is what we not gonna do. We're not doing that. I do not and will not participate in this. I will not condone this. I will not have this. All of those things. So y'all, that was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It's free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on to my beautiful Facebook video. You can click on it. You can click on it, you can like it, and share it with your people, and you can come over and be one of my peoples. If you're already one of my peoples, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.